I'd like to welcome Sterling from the United States of America. He's got a very good story to tell us. He takes LDN, his wife takes LDN, and even the cat takes LDN. Welcome, Sterling.
Thank you.
You must be an LDN groupie for all three of you to be on LDN. Let's start with you. What do you take LDN for?
Well, let me tell you how I found LDN, maybe.
Okay.
Because somebody diagnosed something on my wife's leg as being cancerous. So I was looking for an alternative something for cancer and ran across LDN and found it for a bunch of other things. And what she had was not cancer. So I started looking into LDN, and others on the Yahoo website who had hepatitis C also was taking LDN. So I started in November of 2008. Now I have blood tests. I found out I had Hep C in 1998, but I have blood tests from 1995 through now, actually. And all the liver panel things, AST, ALT, and the viral loads are very high. Viral load around 20 million, and the AST and ALT about 3 times normal. And that was the same from 95 through several blood tests. And then I started LDN, and I did not want to have a blood test till I was after LDN 1 year, which I did. I had a blood test in January of 2011. Both the ALT and AST are normal, within the normal range, and the viral load has gone from 20 million to 6 million.
Have you been taking any other medication?
No, nothing else.
Just purely the LDN?
LDN, well, I take some vitamin C and stuff, but I've been doing that for years. So the only difference between, the only thing I can attribute the reduction is LDN. I've taken no other drugs.
That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yes. And a couple other people showed also even better results than I've had after 2 years. So I'm hoping for additional benefits.
Good. And what does your wife take the LDN for?
Well, she has Crohn's disease. And at first she was prescribed Entocort, which if I have insurance, so I don't have to pay for it. It's $800 a month. And that wasn't working. They switched it to Rialda, which was only $680 a month, and that wasn't working. So we started our LDN about 6 months ago. And she has some other difficulties. She has some spine problems, to which she was taking lots of opiates. Well, I explained that the opiates and the LDN don't work together. And so she weaned herself off the opiates while she was taking some LDN. And now she takes no opiates, just LDN once a night.
Wow.
And she has, the pain is mostly gone, and she's quite happy with it.
Oh, it's really...
And my cat, she was diagnosed with, the vet diagnosed her with IBS, probably 5 years ago, and prescribed some steroid, which we gave her religiously for 5 years to no avail. She would throw up, every day, sometimes twice a day, and her coat was quite dull. So we started her on 0.2 milligrams of LDN, and within a week, the throwing up almost completely stopped, although she does eat grass, so she throws up from that. Her coat is absolutely gorgeous, shiny, nice-looking coat, and actually the hair on the back of her legs, fur maybe is a better word, that was missing for all these years started to grow back. And the only difference between any of those things is LDN.
Right. So, certainly worked for your family, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
How did you manage to get hold of the LDN? Did your own doctor prescribe it?
Well, no. I went to Sandra's doctor with all the data that I found on LDN. and I presented it, including Jill Smith's data on Crohn's from Penn State.
Yeah.
And he said, "You don't expect me to prescribe this, do you?" And I said, "No. Why would you prescribe something that's cheap, effective, and safe when you can prescribe something that's very expensive, not very safe, and not effective?" Well, he didn't like that very much. But I buy it online.
Okay.
And my cost is about 20 cents a day for each of us. Well, the cat's obviously less, but so the cost is certainly right, and seems to be just perfect for us.
Well, that's quite some story. What would you say to other people that are contemplating trying LDN?
Well, I've talked to many people, and most of them, frankly, are of the opinion that the doctor didn't say, therefore I can't do it. But occasionally, one or two here and there, I tell them, look, this is beneficial. And if it isn't, it doesn't cost you anything, it's very cheap, and it's safe. And I explain to them that if you use Naltrexone straight, like in a hospital for heroin overdose, they might use 300 milligrams. And it's safe at 300, so at 1 or at 1/100th of that, it should be safe. So it's not a problem. And I have maybe of a dozen people, one wants to try it.
Well, even if 1 in 10 that you tell try it, it would still be a good result, wouldn't it?
Yes, and it's people that I know would benefit. I mean, absolutely know would benefit, like people with MS. And the largest single group, I think, on the Yahoo site are MS people.
Yes.
And there's story after story of people with no disease progression for 5 years. So it's quite heartening.
Yes.
And I certainly don't want anybody to refer this as some kind of miracle, because that'll put the curse on it. But it is an effective drug, and it should be more used.
Well, thank you very much. Sorry.
It could probably save your health department a ton of money.
Exactly. Like you said, it is a very cheap drug, and the more people that take it, the price will come down even further.
Well, I'm buying it retail, so you can imagine what if the government buys it. They got to buy it wholesale anyhow.
Exactly. In bulk.
It's got to be virtually nothing.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story with us, Sterling. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And good luck.
Talking to you.